Let's bring in Jonathan Wachtel, former Director of Communications and spokesperson for the U.S. mission to the United Nations. And of course, that means United Nations Ambassador Nikki Haley. And full disclosure, Mr. Wachtel is the UN Bureau Chief for Fox News, and we worked together for many years, maybe like more than a decade, over at the UN. Did you ever think we'd get this far? Because you and I spent so many years at the United Nations. The first time the issue of North Korea was allowed to get to the Security Council was when China finally allowed it to do that in 2006. And now we're on the verge of this historic summit.
You're right, Eric. It's actually more than a decade we were following North Korea affairs. And in 2006, things looked pretty grim. Heavy sanctions were wanted, but it was impossible to do because China was always blocking every sort of attempt to do something. As you know, the United States held the pen, as it were, as they say in UN speak, in drafting one resolution after another, trying to hold the North Korean regime accountable for what it was doing. These were tough times.
What do you think changed? Was it the president's actions? His words? He was so blunt at the UN in September when he directly addressed who he called Rocket Man in front of the stunned audience that basically gasped of international diplomats who've never heard this type of talk before. But look what it's achieved.
You know, Eric, there are a lot of factors. You know, we all find ourselves in what's called, there's that wonderful German word, zeitgeist, you know, the spirit of the time. A lot of factors came to play here. One is the North Koreans, of course, were able to develop their nuclear program to such a degree that it started to actually concern the Chinese to a level that they thought, you know what, we can't play this game anymore of cat and mouse with the United States using our proxy North Korea anymore. We really have to figure something out with our southern neighbor here because they're out of control. At the same time, you have an economic pressure that's come to bear, of course, with these very stringent sanctions resolutions on the economy of North Korea and pulling the Chinese together, and that puts pressure on. You also had the level, you know, of diplomacy happening between the North Koreans and the Chinese that had also started to get a little bit out of shape, in which you had some differences of opinion. So all these different factors coming to play, but mostly it is this heavy-duty campaign of pressure, maximum pressure on North Korea. It's an economy in North Korea that's hurting, and it is a weapons powerful nuclear country now that we're dealing with.
Now,
here.
the magic word is denuclearization, and the feeling that means different things between the U.S. and North Korea. Do you see Kim Jong-un ever really giving up his nuclear arsenal, or would he just freeze it? Would there be UN inspectors? What potential do you see the North Koreans agreeing to when they've played cat and mouse for so many decades over this issue?
The nuclear arsenal that Kim Jong-un has now is his life insurance. If he feels in any way that in the negotiating process or the outcome of the negotiating process will leave him vulnerable, I don't see it happening. I don't see him giving up his one way to maintain survival. He's seen some of the calamities of what have happened to anybody who's given up nuclear capabilities or at least moved in that direction and left themselves up to his own population that he has oppressed, that many of them would probably string him up in a second if they could get their hands on him. But if he puts himself in a vulnerable position, the nuclear deal is off.
Do you see a phasing in, perhaps, of dismantling some of it, if not potentially all?
We could see, you know, we may not get as far as we want to get in terms of getting all those weapons out of there and cleaning the whole place and then giving up and deciding to go solar in North Korea and forget any sort of nuclear program and enrichment. But what we could end up see happening is a North Korea that freezes its efforts to nuclearize these ballistic missiles that it's tested so that we don't have to face the prospect of ICBMs raining down on us and blowing up our cities.
So you see a potential compromise where they may keep some of the nuclear program, but as you point out, not on the ballistic missiles that have so threatened the United States.
Right. So we could have, you know, a move toward having nuclear energy as an option for them, stopping the program, freezing this program. In terms of giving it all up and saying, hey, we're open to whatever you want to do, United States, with us, and I don't have any insurance policy, I just don't see it.
Yeah. And also, of course, that would not address the Japanese and South Korean concerns over the short-range missiles.
That is absolutely right. Japan has been terrified. There have been fishermen at sea who are fishing for squid, and they could at any given moment have a rocket come flying over their heads and crash into them. It's a crazy situation. You can't go on with that type of prospect.
A crazy situation that it is. Jonathan Wachtel, always good to see you.